What's going on YouTube? My name is FG3000, I'm back in the place to be, and welcome to Fantasy War Tactics R, a grid-based combat strategy RPG that originally released in 2015. Now this game is still being updated and going strong, so I thought why not, let's take a look at this title in 2019 to see what all the hype is about, especially now in mobile since there is a resurgence in grid-based combat RPGs on mobile. But before we get started, today's video is sponsored by Skylanders Ring of Heroes, a brand new hero collection brought to you by Come2Us, the same exact team that brought you Summoners War. So they are back with a brand new hero collector that takes place in the Skylanders universe. Currently there are over 80 Skylanders in the game, including Spyro the Dragon, ladies and gentlemen, that is available to all players that pre-register, because right now the game is sitting at over 1 million pre-registered accounts right now, so the game has a ton of hype behind it. So right now what you want to do, you definitely want to go ahead and pre-register, go to the Facebook, like and follow the game so that way you are up to date when the game actually globally launches. And of course, you guys know, as soon as the game launches, I will be there day one to cover this title, because I think this is one that you definitely want to keep a lookout for. In the meantime, if you want to know more about the game itself, check out the official website. All of these things will be linked in the description below, and also take a look at my beta look at the title as well, so you can kind of get acclimated to what the gameplay is going to be like. So thank you for listening, and I will see you day one when Skylanders Ring of Heroes officially launches globally. So you guys know what I always say when I cover a hero collector. A hero collector can truly only be as fun as the heroes that you can collect. And as you guys can see, considering that this game came out in 2015, I gotta say graphically the characters don't look bad at all. Now this is not the same exact game as it was in 2015. About midway through, they did kind of like a relaunch of the game, and they redid a lot of the aspects of the title. So if you did play this game way back in the days, it's gonna be a lot different than when you first played it. So here are a few of the characters that I have unlocked thus far, a couple of crazy ones here, and you can obviously tell the difference between a high star character and a low star character, obviously. So that is that. So let's go ahead and jump into combat, and I'll show you what this game is all about. Now, considering that this game came out in 2015, there is a mountain of content waiting for you. So my recommendation is this. There is a little quest guide feature in this game that'll basically kind of streamline your experience. It'll show you where you need to go next, what type of things you have unlocked, where you can upgrade your character, enchant things, and give you updates and give you rewards along the way. This is the very best way to play the game because there's just a lot going on. So right now it's telling me to do quest 62. It'll automatically move me to the location that I need to go to right over here. Here's a little red dot letting me know that I have to beat 4-1. And once I defeat this, I will get some goodies for doing so. So I can auto select which mercenary I want to bring with me. Pretty straightforward. People that are your friends or even your guild mates can be your mercenary in battle. So that is that. As far as loading times, it's not bad, as you guys can see, nothing too crazy. And even in the stages themselves, the grid-based combat stages, doesn't look very old at all. So very nice job, I gotta say, graphically. Now this is where my beef begins. Now I'm gonna go ahead and keep the game on auto right now, and I'll explain why. So I've said this like 18 times in this video. This game came out in 2015. So the developers have been doing a lot of work streamlining the experience, and I think they kind of overdid the streamlining because they give you so much power and so many high level and high tiered gear that you really can't enjoy the game. There's no real strategy involved because you're just so powerful. You rip through everything. And I've been playing for a few hours now, and I have not got to the point where any of the combat that I've gone through has stressed my team in any way whatsoever. And it's really not my fault. These are the characters that the game gives me. Now, could I go out of my way and use some of those one-star characters that I got as fodder instead to kind of amp the difficulty level on myself? I guess I could, but there's really, I just think that they just slightly overdid all of the streamlining in this game. There's just too much. Let me show you something here once I get out of this PvP, because like I said, the quest guide is actually really good. Right now it's letting me know, hey, why don't you jump in and do some PvP as well? Look at this, I'm gonna destroy this guy. 60,000 power versus like 20,000. There's just no reason. No reason to turn off autoplay at all. Look at this, one shot, that guy is dead. So like I said, if you're a stronger person than I am and you can turn off these high tiered characters that the game gives you, more power to you. But right now your experience, at least for, I'm gonna say probably the first week of playing this game, is just gonna be you blowing through all of the old content in an attempt to get caught up with the majority of the players playing. So I totally get why the developers do it. They want you to get to where the meat of all the player base is, and it's not in the low levels, clearly, especially when the game came out this long ago. The players are not at the very low end level, so I totally get it. But when you open up your inbox and you see things like this, like, it's just so many high tier gears just waiting for you. It's hard not to, look at this, I got 2 mails filled with really, really powerful gear. It's very hard to not use that stuff and not blow through all of this type of content here. Look at all this. I got a bunch of tier 5, tier 4 equipment. All of this stuff was given to me for free. Yeah, so that is that. So do keep that in mind if you do decide to come over to the game. It's going to be a very streamlined experience, at least for the first week, I would have to say. Let's go ahead and take a look at the summoning animation really quick, and we'll talk a little bit more about the title itself. That's actually my main character right there, believe it or not. This game does have a main character set up. Here's the full summoning animation right here. This is just an equipment gotcha though. So some tier 1 equipment that'll basically just be fodder. So that is that. Let's kind of keep running through a few of the other features in the game. So right now there is a 1 versus 1 mode. There's a dimensional breakthrough mode, which is kind of like a tower mode that you'll go through. If we go back over here, there's a thing called Dark Fortress, but you got to be in a guild to do that. And Battle Arena, which is either not in the game yet or I'm out of the season, like the season has ended and they're waiting for another season. I can't be 100% sure. So there is a ton to conquer in the game as far as story mode, and this is why I told you, just use kind of the quest guide so you kind of know exactly where you need to go and what you need to do. So here's like the overall world, and then of course you have all of your daily resource grinds and dungeons of that nature. So a lot of game here, and like I said, I think eventually you'll get to the point where you can really kind of test your strategic element with your characters, but in the beginning, it's really not going to be like that. All right, so that is that. In addition to that, you also have yourself a main character as well. So if we go over here to the Lord's menu, here's my actual main character, and I can upgrade him and power him up and give him little bonuses that help out my team. He can also help out in battle as well. So that's something different. You can also kind of dress him up and give him different costumes as well. So there, you can also change him into a woman if you want to. You got the Black Witch, Jelly-like Pink Bean, Lord in White. You know, definitely got to have yourself a nice little nurse waifu there. Magician Girl, Noble. Hey, on my OG. Hey, I didn't know that was in there. Seaside Magician, got a little bit of One Piece looking action here. So here are a few different costumes that you can kind of dress up your characters with. So that is that, ladies and gentlemen. So that's kind of a quick preview of what Fantasy War Tactics R is all about. Let's kind of end this video off by doing a little bit more PvP combat. Maybe I can find someone that is going to defeat my team here. Oh yeah, easily. Let's get embarrassed here. We're gonna go up to this guy right here. See, he has the same characters that the game gave me too. So this guy's gonna be cheating. First King Kai. Hey, they got Blaze Blue characters in here. Very nice. All right, so he gets the first attack, so that's not gonna be good. Let's see how good autoplay is gonna play out in this situation. So we'll go ahead and let them roll out. Oh man. So we both have Chris, which is a character that, oh wow, we're actually gonna lose this one. So if you want a little bit of challenge in your grid-based strategy RPG, go to PvP. It's just gonna be the PvE that's gonna, well, I'm still gonna win. I think I'm still gonna win. Yeah, I'm still gonna win. It's just gonna be really the PvE that you're gonna blow through for the first week or so. But it looks like PvP, you can kind of get yourself a little bit of strategy, grid-based tactics, a little bit of a competition here. But my team is so good. Look at this. Easy win. I got Thanatos, man. Anytime there's a Thanatos in the game, except for Destiny Child, it's always a really good pick for you. So thank you, Thanatos. Very nice. So I still won that even though I was behind about 4K power or so, which I think is pretty good. That just kind of shows you that you can beat teams that are a little bit more powerful than you. Let's go back out. Let's see if I can't beat another team that's a little stronger. Let's see if we can beat this. All right, we'll go up to 69,000 power. So this team is basically 8K more powerful than my team. So we'll see. Because a lot of times oh wow, this might not be great. Because a lot of times, sometimes those battle power requirements against teams, they're kind of like hard set. Like a lot of games are like, you know what, if you're not within like 30 power of someone, you are going to die. So let's kind of see how this works out completely on auto, because I'm not gonna lie, I have been playing this game on auto pretty much the entire way through, so I don't really know a lot of my abilities. But that's not my fault. It's not my fault. All right, they're gonna take out my Chris there, but we should still be fine. No, we're gonna lose this one. So 8K. I'm still kind of encouraged though. Had I kind of played this out manually, it might have been a little bit better of an outcome, I gotta say. And if I would have set up my elemental weakness system a little bit better, there might have been a little bit better of an outcome. I gotta say I'm pretty encouraged by that. Not bad, not bad. So that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Of course I lost. Don't be trying to rub that in my face. Let's go out here to the exit screen here. Here goes Windmaster Lynn. Very nice. All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That has been a look at Fantasy War Tactics R. My ending thoughts on the title. It's a well-made game. However, I think it's just been overly streamlined at this point. And unfortunately, there are some better options when it comes to strategy grid-based RPGs. Games that are newer, that are not as streamlined, that do kind of test you don't have to go through a week of blowing through content in order to kind of see what the game can offer you. So I think you're better off playing a game that's not as dated at this point. Look, I just did a full gacha here. I've gotten gear that is not even anywhere near as good as the stuff that they give me in the mail. So that is that. Once again, my name is FG3000. Thank you so much for watching. And once again, thank you so much to Skylanders Ring of Heroes for sponsoring this video. And I'll see you at global launch. Later.